We want to talk now about some of the differences between high-profit cattle operations and lower-profit operations with Damona Doye, our Extension Farm Management Specialist. And Damona, let's just start in general by defining profit.
Okay. So economists think about profits in two components, the revenues and the costs. So the gross revenues are a combination of income from cull cows as well as the calves produced. The costs can consist of both variable costs, so the things like feed, pasture, marketing, vet med, and so on, as well as fixed costs. And the fixed cost components are things like depreciation on machinery and equipment, and interest on the value of the assets and things used in the operation.
And our peers in Kansas have done some research and kind of framed up some things to help us draw some conclusions. Tell us about what they've studied.
Okay. They looked at their data from 2010 to 2014 for operations that had 3 or more years of data in that. And so what they found was that the profit differences between the high and the low producers were not so much influenced by production, while production is important, but more on managing their cost. And so if we look at the cost for those different producers, the high cost producers had higher cost in about every category, and the low cost producers had better revenues, so they were earning about $133 more per cow, largely because of slightly heavier calves that they were weaning. But most of the difference in the profits was in the cost categories. And so our take-home message from that is it's really important for producers to understand what their cost of production is long-term if they want to be sustainable as a business.
So in that group that was studied, the outcome of cattle at the end was about the same?
Right. The calf production was about 90.7%, I think, for all of the producers in the database. And so, again, the revenue that they were generating, the differences were, and the profits that they were generating was not as a result of difference in the calf crop, but the strategic decisions that they were making in terms of how they produced that calf crop. And so it was, they were controlling their feed costs, they were managing their machinery and equipment costs. So there's some advantages to size of the operation in that the producers who have 200 cows and a small tractor and hay baler have lower fixed costs per cow than the same operator with 100 cows. And so it's a combination of doing things better across the board, I think, with respect to cost of production. And so a take-home message that we always try to stress is certainly production is important, marketing is important, but managing our costs is really critical.
And of course, this technique and this approach translates beyond just cattle operations too, to the whole farm?
Yes, so some similar research has been done in places like Illinois, and so again, they find some small differences in production perhaps in a given year, or marketing in a given year, but the bottom line always comes back to the most profitable producers are the ones who do a good job of managing their costs.
Okay. Obviously, cost management and some of these other techniques we've mentioned will be some of what you and the team are putting together for the upcoming Women in Agriculture Conference. Give us a preview.
Sure. We have 3 keynote speakers that will be coming in. Temple Grandin is one of the featured speakers. Michelle Miller, the Farm Babe, and Kim Bremer, who's a dairy nutritionist but also active in social media and telling ag story, will be highlights. We have 4 tracks: production agriculture, a business and finance track, a alternative enterprise track, and this year new we're adding one that's focused for beginning operators and producers. And so there's an opportunity for everybody to find something.
Damona Doye, thanks a lot. And for information on the things that Damona talked about today, as well as the upcoming Women in Ag Conference, go to sunup.okstate.edu.